Welcome back, beer tubers. Today doing something completely different from what I've been doing in the past. We're going to take a look at Indio. This is a lager brew down in Mexico, one of the largest brewers down there, and they approached me about sending the beer out to me for a review. So I'm like, sure, why not? Send me free beer, I'll review it. So it's brewed and bottled by Cervecería. Is it Cuauhtémoc? Oh man, I'm butchering that. Anyway, they do a lot of other Mexican style lagers at the brewery. And Indio, they say darker color lager, brewed with caramel malts. And the beer websites classify this as an Oktoberfest or Märzen beer. So we'll see how it compares. The cool thing about a lot of Mexican beer is the Germans taught them how to brew, all their styles of beer. So actually, a lot of the Mexican lagers are, you can find, like Vienna lager more easily in Mexico apparently than you can in actual parts of Germany and Austria and that whole region out there. So they've kept a lot of those traditions alive. And this is a year-round beer, so it's a year-round Oktoberfest style beer, and pours out with some really good carbonation. Yeah, color-wise, maybe slightly darker than some of the German, like a Eyinger. Because it kind of gets into copper. There's little reddish tinges to it, a lot of orange, the head slightly off white. So I mean, it looks good, ton of carbonation. Yeah, it smells pretty good. Definitely getting nice breadiness in there, some nuttiness, some sweeter caramel notes, like it's definitely more like a caramelly syrup kind of note than say like a toffee. Hint of hops in there, some floral, spicy notes. So yeah, it smells good. Let's dig in. Cheers. Yeah, I believe the beer's 4.5%. Doesn't say on here. So pretty light bodied. Definitely more light bodied than a traditional Oktoberfest. It's definitely thinner, so medium light to light mouthfeel. Yeah, so I'd say that's the biggest difference between this beer and say a more traditional German style Oktoberfest. So you do get some hop bitterness in there, slight spiciness. It's a bit more grainy on the flavor. You're getting that breadiness. I don't know. If I had to guess, maybe they're not using a Pilsner malt and they're using like some kind of like 2-row or 6-row type of barley in it. The caramel flavor is more pronounced, and I guess that's another difference between a traditional German Oktoberfest. This one is like straight up like caramel malt, like a caramel syrup, almost like a syrup they might use in like a cola. So you kind of get that flavor in there with the graininess, some hop character. Instead of having that more melanoidin type of flavor, this one tends to be a little more grainy. So yeah, I can see how it's within the style of an Oktoberfest, not quite. Definitely a Mexican take on like a darker German style lager. Not a black lager, but more of that amber range of a European amber lager. And yeah, it's pretty nicely balanced, not overly sweet, not overly bitter. And it's lower alcohol than a lot of those styles at 4.5%. So it's pretty drinkable stuff. I wasn't familiar with this beer at all until they sent it to me, so I kind of looked it up. If you want the best information, the guy that does probably the best reviews on these type of beers, a lot of like macro lagers, he does craft beers, malt liquors, everything, is Jay Louisiana Beer Reviews. Go check his channel out. He's got a review on this beer and a lot of other stuff, and we'll give you a much more history on the beer and maybe the changes been made over the years. He's a wealth of knowledge of that kind of thing. So shout out to him. Check out his channel. I'll try to remember to link it down below. But yeah, he's the type of guy who's definitely the authority on these type of beers. I don't really know how this compares with a lot of the other darker Mexican lagers because I just haven't had them in a while. But you know, it's solid stuff. It's I rather drink this than you know, some of the other ones down there for sure. So you know, if you're at a Mexican restaurant and this is an option, it's not a bad way to go if you can't get any craft beer. So yeah, I mean, it's solid. It's definitely drinkable. So you know, that's Indio beer. So yeah, kind of something completely different on my channel. So it's gonna wrap this one up. Until next time, please comment and subscribe. Cheers.